Sidebar Talk. My name is Eric Cooper. I'm the writer of Night Seeker and a few other novels that's in my area of Detroit, New Jersey. Mainly today, I'm talking about the next step of creating your own novel or your own comic book. So, number one was last week was about the type of story you want to tell. This time, it's about creating a profile for your character. And I have to look at other people's profiles at times before I start reading their books as a counseling to their writing. I find out that it's best that the person pretty much writes down the characters that they want in the story and give a small profile of them. So the profile would mainly consist of where was each character born, how, next part was how were they raised in their environment or what kind of environment they live in. Also, what is their attitude as they're going through the novels or what the established attitude you want for that character. And the next part would be what is the main purpose of the character being in the story? What is their outgoing goal to accomplish as they're going through your world of writing? Very important stuff to go through when you're starting to create your own novels or your own comic book. Because if the reader is not aware of how these characters interact, even your own head, it can be a little, the story could be a little off, and people pick up on it and kind of say, well, why is this here? It doesn't belong here. So the profiles are very, very important in starting to create your own story. The next part I want to talk about is independent comic book of the week. It's called Salvagers. It's created by a friend of mine. His name is Bob Salley. He started doing these books about a couple years ago. I met a couple Comic Cons. Really cool guy. But mainly, Salvagers is about a bunch of humans and aliens that are on a ship that is a like a big scow that goes around and collecting stuff from old abandoned starships. And while they're going through some of the ships, there actually is cargo or technology on the ship that they're stripping off those abandoned ships. And other races and other aliens looking for that cargo or those secret items on those ships that they stripped off. And they're coming to the salvagers saying, hey, where's our stuff? We want our stuff back. And most of the time they don't want to give it back because, hey, where's the price at? And it's fun because the crew is trying to figure out what's going on, what kind of cargo they have. At the same time, they're trying to go through their own issues of personal issues themselves of being on that ship and working with the crew they work with. So Salvagers again, it's a fun read. This is number 3 of their stuff. Not sure if you can see, but the lighting kind of weird. But I'll try to post some images towards the end of the video and the information about the book so you can find them if you need them. But Bob Salley is a good writer. I enjoy his work, and I can't wait to see more stuff from him. I did get the Wreck Raiders Part 1 from the Kickstarter that he did a couple months ago, and I finally got the reward, so I was happy to get it. Next on the agenda, which I do love to talk about, it's the liquor or the beer of the week. So today is the beer of the week. The beer of the week today is called Yards IPA. Yards IPA is a 7.0 alcohol content beer. It has more of a hoppy taste to it and a little bit of sweetness to give a nice taste and balance to the beer that you're drinking. I went over to Uno's. I always do. I love Uno's on a Sunday happy hour. They host a good amount of beer selections for their taps, and Yards IPA was on the list for the happy hour special. Took advantage of it. And if I had to rate the beer, I'll give it a 7.5. It was a good taste, good hoppies, a little bit of semi-sweet to it, and it's a good beer. If you guys haven't trinked it yet, obviously if you like beer, it's a good one to get. Next part is the movie review of the week. I want to mainly talk about today, and I hope you guys can see this, even though computer is not great with that kind of thing, but it's about Dredd. Now, there was one called Judge Dredd, was done by Sly Stallone back in, I believe, was there 95 or so? Don't quote me on the timeline. But this is Judge Dredd, but they just call it Dredd, and it was filmed in 2012. Director was Peter Travis, and it stars Carl Urban, who is also McCoy from the new Star Trek movies. That's directed by J.J. Abrams. And I love the concept of the ultimate officer, because it almost reminds me of Night Seeker, because it's the ultimate officer that has to be put in a situation where he has to make judgment on a snap call on either preserving the person that he's pursuing his life, judging him for death, or lifetime sentence to incarceration, wherever it's going to be. But his arsenal of weapons is amazing. Through a smart gun, he can pretty much program the gun, and he just by verbal command, it'll be certain ammo inside the gun that he tells it what to do, and it shoots out that particular ammo. The the stops or the slow motion effects in the film with explosions, or like say something whipping past a person, or even the drug they were using in the film, the cameras took everything down to a very slow mo effect, which makes you really feel a part of action for that moment. And the effects around the skin, around the explosions, the debris, and everything else is just an amazing visual effect. The storyline writing, it was okay. If you're looking for an Oscar, it's not going to really be there. But the only problem I find out with the movie is that the villain is a female character. She was very one-dimensional for me. I didn't really feel for that much, and to say what she was going through, and I didn't really feel for that character because she was very one-dimensional. That's the only critique I have about the film. But the storyline could have been much tighter and maybe use a more interesting villain. But from what I heard from other people that have read the Judge Dredd comics, is that most of the characters in Judge Dredd are pretty much one-dimensional. So it can improve because now we also know that they are filming a new series. I believe it's going to be on Netflix or Showtime. Don't quote me on where it's going to be at. But they already started filming, and I do want to see how this develops into a full series on either internet or streaming or TV, wherever it's going to be. But that's my review for the week, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and keep on watching. Subscribe below, and I hope to talk to you guys next week. Thank you.